Hi, Stub from CorkEnvy.com here to give you a few wine pairing suggestions for your Thanksgiving feast. I have a bubbly, 2 whites, and 2 reds, at least one of which is guaranteed to not only suit the various palates around your Thanksgiving table, but will also help you deal with any potential family gathering related stresses. Now, first up is the Jacqueline Lyon Brut. This 100% Chardonnay is made in the Champenois method and shows green apple and a hint of toast on the nose. On the palate, the green apple prevails and is accompanied by a hint of citrus, a touch of sweetness, and a little toasty goodness, all of which is carried on a decent amount of acid. Now, the craziest thing about this little sparkler, it's from New Mexico. And if you're sitting there thinking, New Mexico, what good comes from New Mexico? National effing treasure Neil Patrick Harris, that's what. And just like NPH, this wine is a triple threat. It's delicious, it's a bit unusual, at least in its origin, and it only costs $15. So cast this sparkler with your Thanksgiving appetizers and you'll be singing, dancing, and juggling through your best Thanksgiving time ever. Yeah, that just happened. So Riesling is always an excellent pairing choice for your Turkey Day meal. Enter the 2014 Heidemannsbergweiler Dry Riesling. Citrus fruits dominate the nose here. On the palate, sour or kind of unripe pear notes break through. This wine actually has a nice balance of acid and minerality that'll hold up well to the savory flavors on your Thanksgiving Day plate, and will likely have your great uncle pulling out your great grandfather's authentic World War II memorabilia and scaring the hell out of everyone with his careless handling of antique weapons he knows nothing about. We all have that one uncle. So if any of your Thanksgiving guests prefer a sweet wine, and trust me they will, pull out the Paradise Peak Sweet Gewürztraminer. Sweet petrol and pear notes dominate the nose. The palate brings a sweet caramel apple and just a hint of that pear. Now, there isn't a ton of acid on this one, but those who are inclined towards this wine won't really care. It's candy-ish, but not too bad for what it is. And it's a great wine to serve to guests who don't normally drink wine. Now, there's no doubt your over-amorous auntie and uncle will see the label and giggle before awkwardly telling, much to your cousin's embarrassment, the story of how she came to be in the backseat of a Chevy Vega while Meatloaf was blasting on the hi-fi. Hey, it could have been worse, I guess, right? Now, my first red selection might seem a bit out of the box, but trust me, it's a great pick to pair with your Turkey Day goings-on. The 2011 Caserta di Castellina Laura. Now, you might be saying, Chianti, Stub? And I say, absolutely! On the nose, earthy dark fruits, vanilla, and just a hint of licorice poke through. On the palate, dark fruits, mostly tart cranberry and dried cherries, are carried on significant tannins and a firm acid backbone. Now, that acid will more than stand up to your savory dressings and other dishes. On the plus side, an Italian selection will provide a great segue for the aforementioned embarrassed cousin to recall her study abroad semester in Italy in excruciatingly vivid detail, which will prompt grandma to whisper something that sounds an awful lot like floozy as every parent in the room rushes to cover their children's ears. Her mom and dad will grab the open bottle of Paradise Peak and excuse themselves to, quote, get something out of the car, and will be none the wiser to her stories. Gross. Now, this brings me to my last and favorite Thanksgiving wine recommendation, the 2014 Franny Beck Pinot Noir. If there was ever a perfect wine for Thanksgiving, this inaugural Willamette Valley release is it. On the nose, just dark fruit and slight oak and vanilla notes emerge. On the palate, cherry notes are followed by hints of citrus and blood orange. Lingering fruit and creamy vanilla tannins are tempered by a firm acid backbone on the finish, making this an ideal wine for food pairing. Now, full disclosure here, this is the first vintage made under my best good friend Michael Sterling's new label. And while it hits the price scales a little heavier than my other suggestion, it's a bottle that wine lovers should not miss. Well, there you go. I hope my pairing suggestions will help guide you as you pick out a wine for your Thanksgiving meal. Meantime, the Rib and I wish you and yours a very happy Thanksgiving filled with the love of family and friends. Until next time, stop coveting, start drinking. Cheers.